Ye-jin working with Park felt like homework critique. What secrets did Ye-jin unlock in her triumphant return to the silver screen after 7 years? And how did motherhood and a legendary director reshape her craft? Ye-jin's return to acting after a 7-year hiatus was nothing short of a revelation, a journey that reignited her passion for storytelling and redefined her artistic identity. In the film, No Other Choice, directed by the visionary Park Chan-wook, she stepped back into the spotlight with a role that challenged her in unexpected ways, yet ultimately brought her immense joy. The experience was like rediscovering a long-lost love, one that had been waiting patiently for her to return. Under Park's meticulous guidance, Sun found herself navigating a creative landscape that was both demanding and exhilarating, a process that felt like peeling back layers of her own potential to reveal something raw and authentic. The set became a space where her craft was not just tested but celebrated, and the collaborative energy with her fellow actors, particularly the seasoned Lee Byung-hun, infused every moment with a sense of shared purpose. It was as if the entire cast was weaving a tapestry together, each thread carefully placed under Park's watchful eye, resulting in a film that felt like a living, breathing work of art. Initially, however, the role of Miri presented a puzzle that Sun wasn't sure she could solve. The character, as written in the early drafts, felt elusive, almost like a shadow lacking substance. Sun grappled with doubts about whether she could breathe life into Miri, or if she should even take on the role at all. The script, at first glance, seemed to offer little room for the emotional depth she was known for, leaving her questioning her ability to connect with the character. Yet her eagerness to work with Park Chan-wook, a director renowned for his ability to craft intricate narratives and unforgettable characters, outweighed her reservations. There was a magnetic pull to the project, a sense that this collaboration could unlock something extraordinary within her. Her ultimate motivation was clear. She wanted audiences to walk away from the film saying, "No one could have played Miri but Ye-jin." That ambition fueled her, even as she faced the daunting prospect of stepping back into an industry that had evolved during her absence. The process of rediscovery was not just about the role, but about herself as an actress, and it was a journey that felt both vulnerable and empowering. The first day on set was a whirlwind of nerves and anticipation. Park's directing style, known for its precision and intensity, caught Sun off guard in ways she hadn't anticipated. His instructions were specific, almost surgical, and at times they pushed her out of her comfort zone. One moment in particular stood out. Park asked her to soften her delivery of the word eel, a seemingly minor detail that proved surprisingly challenging. For Sun, who had honed her craft over years of delivering lines with a distinct emotional cadence, altering her intonation felt like rewriting a part of her artistic DNA. The task was stressful, and there were moments of panic as she wrestled with the unfamiliar. Park's approach was like having a teacher scrutinize every line of her homework. Yet there was a thrill in the challenge. His unexpected directions forced her to rethink her instincts, to dig deeper into Miri's psyche, and to trust that his vision would elevate her performance. The experience was humbling but also invigorating, a reminder that growth often comes from discomfort. Despite these challenges, Sun found herself falling in love with the process. The set was a haven of creativity, where the tension of acting transformed into moments of pure joy. Working alongside Lee Byung-hun, who was equally navigating Park's detailed directives, created a camaraderie that made every day feel like a shared adventure. The cast's collective trust in Park's vision was unshakable. They believed his approach would result in a film that was not just good, but remarkable. This trust paid off in unexpected ways, particularly in the film's comedic elements, which Sun hadn't anticipated from the script. One scene involving a dragonfly, which seemed unremarkable on paper, became a surprising highlight after multiple viewings. By her fourth watch of the final cut, Sun found herself laughing out loud, marveling at how Park's direction had turned subtle moments into bursts of humor. The film's ability to surprise her, even as one of its stars, was a testament to the magic of collaborative filmmaking. Beyond the professional triumph, Sun's return to acting was deeply personal, shaped by her new role as a mother. In 2022, she and her husband, actor Hyun-bin, welcomed their son, and motherhood became a lens through which she viewed both life and her craft. This perspective profoundly influenced her portrayal of Miri, particularly in a pivotal scene where her character delivers the line, "Mom dug into the ground." As a mother herself, Sun infused the moment with a trembling sincerity that resonated with raw emotion. Without her own experience of motherhood, she admitted, she would have approached the line differently, perhaps with less depth or authenticity. The dynamic between Mi-ri and her husband, Man-soo, played by Lee Byung-hun, further highlighted this emotional complexity. Man-soo's choice to cover for their child's faults sparked a mix of relief and ethical conflict in Sun's performance, mirroring the nuanced moral dilemmas that parents often face. Her maternal instincts didn't just inform her acting, they became the heartbeat of her character, grounding Mi-ri in a truth that felt universal. Motherhood, however, was not without its challenges. Sun threw herself into parenting with 200% of her energy, a commitment that left her physically and emotionally drained. The constant demands of childcare brought sleepless nights and dark circles under her eyes, a stark contrast to the polished image of a screen star. There were no breaks, no moments to catch her breath, and yet, through it all, she gained a profound respect for other mothers. The experience was a humbling reminder of the strength and resilience required to raise a child, and it reshaped her outlook on life. Returning to the set of No Other Choice after this transformative period was like stepping into a new chapter. The simple act of going to work became a source of happiness, a chance to reconnect with a part of herself that had been dormant. Quiet moments on set, away from the chaos of parenting, felt like a gift. The tension of acting, once a source of pressure, now felt like a joyful release, a way to channel her energy into something creative and fulfilling. Sun's collaboration with senior actors added another layer of richness to the experience. Their presence brought a sense of history and wisdom to the set, reminding her of the legacy of storytelling she was part of. The environment fostered more happiness than anxiety, a stark contrast to the doubts she had initially felt about Mi-ri. This sense of camaraderie extended beyond the set, into her life with Hyun-bin. As an actor couple, their dynamic was surprisingly understated. After the premiere of No Other Choice, Hyun-bin's feedback was a simple, "Good job," a reflection of their cool approach to each other's work. With guests keeping them busy, they didn't have time to dissect the film in detail, but they planned to discuss it later at home. What worked? What could improve? This pragmatic approach to their shared profession grounded their relationship, allowing them to balance their personal and professional lives with ease. Motherhood didn't just change Sun's perspective as an actress, it redefined her approach to life itself. She was careful not to claim that it made her obviously deeper or more mature, but the shift was undeniable. Before becoming a parent, work was a duty, a series of tasks to be completed with precision. After her son's birth, she began to see happiness in simply getting through the day safely. She learned to let go of perfectionism, to avoid measuring everything by rigid standards. These new feelings, she knew, would shape her future roles, infusing them with the authenticity that only life experience could provide. Her performance in No Other Choice was a testament to this evolution, a blend of her maternal perspective and Park Chan-wook's rigorous direction. Looking ahead, Sun's passion for acting remains as strong as ever, particularly for romance films. She expressed a longing to continue telling love stories, drawn to roles that echo the emotional depth of Secret Love Affair or the sweeping romance of Crash Landing on You. She's also open to exploring new territory, like playing an older character in a story reminiscent of the classic. Motherhood has given her a fresh lens for these roles, allowing her to portray love with a newfound depth and nuance. The challenges and joys of parenting have reshaped how she approaches romance on screen, and she's eager to explore how these experiences will translate into her future work. The journey of No Other Choice was more than a comeback. It was a reinvention. Park Chan-wook's demanding yet rewarding direction, combined with the trust and talent of the cast, created a film that was both a professional triumph and a personal milestone for Sun. The set was a place of rediscovery, where she found joy in the craft she had always loved, and a new perspective shaped by her life as a mother. As she moves forward, Sun Ye-jin carries with her a renewed passion for storytelling, a deeper connection to her roles, and an unshakable belief in the power of collaboration. Her return to acting wasn't just a moment in time, it was the beginning of a new chapter, one that promises to captivate audiences with the same grace and authenticity that have defined her career.